Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Kohl Center on the campus of the University of Wisconsin in Madison, where tonight it's Game 2 of this WCHA season-ending series between the top-ranked Wisconsin Badgers and the visiting Colorado College Tigers. Hello, everyone. Rob Hudson along with former Badger Rob Andringa. Well, Rob, Colorado College came in last night. Everyone said they had a lot to play for, and they certainly showed it on the ice coming out of here with a 5-4 victory in Game 1.
Well, they secured home ice for the playoffs, and that's what they wanted out of this series, and they played extremely well last night. I was very impressed, and look at the standings here, and basically all the top 5 teams have home ice now. Now, basically, it's just a shot of who's going to be going where now, what teams that are below the top 5, where are they going to end up?
And we talked about this last night coming in, possibly that the Badgers really didn't have a lot of incentive, though we know that's not true because they want to keep rolling going into the playoffs, which start next week against Michigan Tech. But CC really came in like gangbusters, take a 2-zip lead early on, and then hung on. A valiant Badger comeback to get out of here with the 5-4 win.
Oh, there's no doubt CC played the type of game plan they wanted. They forechecked aggressively, transitioned the Badgers to a T. They got some great opportunities and made good on those opportunities.
And we talk about the fabulous freshmen on both teams. Danny Heatley will not play, by the way, tonight, suffering a Charlie horse in last night's game. Probably could, but it's precautionary. But Noah Clark for CC, wow, did he ever light it up.
He's a great player. He's not as flashy as maybe Danny Heatley is, and maybe moving here and there with the puck, but 1 goal, 1 assist. And he quietly had, a superb game last night. You're going to see the goal here. The puck's going to shoot out to him, and he just gets that wrist shot up. It's going to go over Graham's left shoulder here, but watch this thing. Bingo! And there's not much room there, and he found that spot, and that's why he's so dangerous. He's just somewhat just kind of sitting in the weeds and then picks his chances.
And also Jesse Harima last night. A nice night, a goal and an assist for 2 points. Expect big things from him tonight as well.
There's no doubt. These guys have to play well. They don't have the Swansons anymore, and I think that's what they're starting to learn is that they can play and do well. As you get a look at Harima's game-winning goal last night, just great work by CC forechecking and snuck one by Graham there, and that's just classic forecheck, but Harima putting it in.
And for the Badgers, Steve Reinprecht. There's Mr. Hobie, Mr. Everything for the Badgers, certainly proving it last night with another 2-point performance.
Well, I talked to him before the game, and you can tell he's ready. This is senior night. This is the last game of the regular season for these guys, and there's no doubt they're going to come into this game with everything they got. You're going to see a look at his goal last night. Basically, he's going to get a nice break here. The puck was just kind of hanging there in front, and he went to the net hard and got the loose rebound.
Real big night here at the Kohl Center. It is McNaughton Cup night. You yourself will be down on the ice presenting it from the past McNaughton Cup champion year of 1990 to this year's McNaughton Cup champions after the game. So stick around after the final horn. We will have full coverage of the presentation. It's going to be the Badgers and the Colorado College Tigers. Should be a great WCHA hockey game coming up next. Badgers on the power play now. Granato with it. Granato back for Huckle. Oh, in front to Bjornley. Smacked out of the air. Steve Reinprecht on the power play. His 22nd of the year, and the Badgers are on the board 1-0 on the power play goal.
As I mentioned, power plays and penalty kill become so critical late in the season, and we go to your lead.
Cook with it along the near wall. Cook to Fahey. Fahey just level. Chris Hartberg levels Fahey. Here comes CC the other way, and into the boards hard. There's a CC player. Looks like Cam Cryway just knocked the net off its mooring. Matt Hussey with it. Matt Hussey coughed it up again. This one, great save! Graham Watson! For the second time tonight, Watson bails out Hussey on a coughed up puck. And Graham Watson preserves his shutout with a big-time glove out of his reach. Here's Davidoff. Throws it out front. Great shot and goal! Jeff Desner! Jeff Desner on the great pass. With 7:07 to go, and the Badgers buy a little insurance, going up 2-0 on Colorado College. And listen to this crowd, Rob. Harima. Ricing. CC with it. One time right on Melanson. Shot and a goal. CC scores a goal with 2 minutes left in the game and spoils the shutout for Graham Malotson. And that has happened to Graham Malotson several times this year, and you get a shot at it. You got to look at him there with that shot, and you can see the disappointment.
Well, Hartsburg is going to get the goal.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin, where tonight it's Game 2 of this pivotal WCHA series between the host Wisconsin Badgers and the UND Fighting Sioux of North Dakota. Hello, everyone. Rob Hudson along with former Badger defenseman Rob Andringa. What do you do for a curtain call to get out of here with a sweep? An exciting 3-2 overtime thriller by the Badgers last night.
It was just a great hockey game. I thought Wisconsin played well through the first period.
Looking for Reinprecht. Reinprecht with the puck, holding on to it. Out front to Brooks. Shot it! Alex Brooks hits 1-0 on the power play for Wisconsin, and this place has erupted. Well, once again, we talk. Comes in on the back check to help. Here come the Badgers, and floating is Huckalo. That hits Huckalo, goes deep in the corner. Huckalo doing the forecheck here. He's got Reinprecht all alone out front, but he's going to hang on. There's a shot. Wisconsin goal! It's 2-0 for the Badgers on the power play goal by Wisconsin. It looked like Dan Bjornley might have taken the shot. It's 2-0 Badgers.
Well, Danny Bjornley's going to get the goal for Danny. That's his fourth goal here. He finds a spot, a crease, a little area to go to, and David Huckalo using his head. His head was up the whole time. He outworked the guy down low, and he's got his head up the whole time, finding that wide guy or finding the guy that's open. And once again, another soft goal given up by Gary, in my opinion. I'm not a goalie coach, and I never was a goalie, but...
2-0 Wisconsin. Dessner can't keep it in. Delayed offsides. The ref brings his arm down. They touch out. Here comes Heatley and Reinprecht. We got a 3-on-2 with Cook. 2-on-0 up front. Danny Heatley, 5-hole on Kyle Gehring, and just like that, the place goes wild. 3-0 Badgers. And welcome back to the Kohl Center in Madison for the second period of action, where the Badgers go to the locker room after the first period with a commanding 3-0 lead. What an exciting first period. And you know, Lou Christie sang lightning strikes, and it certainly did tonight. The Badgers jump out not only to a 2-zip lead, a 3-0 first period. Did you expect this?
Not at all. I thought North Dakota would play much better, especially between the pipes, and they just haven't. Carl Gehring is not there tonight.
Well, it didn't take long either for the Badgers to get this capacity crowd out of their seats. Just a minute 3 into it, Alex Brooks beats Carl Gehring, who's struggling. I don't expect Gehring to be back in the second period. Gets it out of the zone as Fahey can't hold. Dessner, Fahey. Now Defoe sidesteps Fahey. Defoe with it, throws it out front. Nobody home. Hammer's going to drive it in. Bouncing puck. Graham Malotson can't stop it. Scoring is Lee Gorin on the loose puck. And that ruins the shutout for Graham. It's 3-1 at the midway point of the second period. Dakota trying to touch the puck. Puck gets in deep. Dustin Cook with it. Cook throws it back for Hussey. Out front, Granado. And it pays off as the Badgers pull Graham Malotson for the extra attacker on the delayed call, and Kevin Granado lights the lamp. His 8th goal of the season. It's 4-1 Wisconsin.
We haven't talked much about Kevin Granado.
And now here's a chance by Panzer. Panzer alone on Malotson, and he lights the lamp. It's 4-2 on the goal by Jeff Panzer, the junior from Grand Forks.
Yeah, Danny Bjornley got beat, but he was kind of tied up with Panzer. Panzer got away with one. They were streaking through the neutral zone. Hopefully we can see it from center ice view.
People understand, but there's nothing. There's over the shot. A save. Malotson sits on it with 59.8 ticks left on the big scoreboard. 4-2 Bucky trying to get to the locker room to regroup. What's going to be a rip-roaring third period.
I would assume that with the ice race sheet, probably the best is that you're outdoors. Nice, clean, crisp day today.
And welcome back to the Kohl Center in Madison, where the Badgers are enjoying a 2-goal lead. 4-2 your score after 2 periods. Rob Hudson along with Rob Andringa. And Rob, you know, it's eerily a lot like last night. Going into the third, the Badgers were leading 2-0. 4-2 tonight, but these 2-goal leads, nothing scarier in all of hockey than a 2-goal lead.
Well, absolutely. I thought Wisconsin played well both nights in the first period and the second period. North Dakota has taken over, and they have just peppered Graham Melanson. But once again, Wisconsin making sure that Graham makes the first save, then everybody else clears out, so hopefully they can hold on for this win.
Let's recap the scoring there in the second period. Here come the Badgers. Here they're over the line. Davidouk. And Wisconsin grabs a 5-2 lead. Katie bar the door. That should just about do it. As the Badgers score, Kent Davidouk. Listen to this crowd.
Transition hockey, boy. It's awesome when it works well. Kevin Granado and Kent Davidouk got the puck in the middle of the center ice. They went on a 2-on-1, perfect 2-on-1. Kevin Granado got the defenseman to make a move, went down, then Saucer passed it over to Davidouk, who buried it the right side of Collar. His second goal this weekend. See here, Kevin Granado head up, makes the defenseman make that first move, and Davidouk buries it. Oh, pretty play. Transition hockey at its finest.
And sticks and gloves laying everywhere in the North Dakota zone.
Oh, you gotta love that. Kent Davidouk's played a heck of a week.
Pitch forks it back inside the Sioux zone. Kept in nicely by Huckalo. Now Gorin with it. Taking on the stick down to Heatley. Here comes Heatley. Heatley! Can't pull the trigger. There's a chance. David Huckalo on a one-timer. And break out the brooms. Bucky is sweeping the Sioux. A dejected North Dakota team on the ice as this place is going wild. Listen to this crowd. Badgers win 6-5.
I don't know what else you can say. What a college hockey game. Great effort by both teams. Wisconsin making good when they had to. 20 seconds left. David Huckalo gets the game winner again, and you got to give hats off to North Dakota. An impressive display, down 5-2.
What a gutsy comeback by the Sioux, and what resolve by the Badgers not to fold their tents and grit it out in overtime. David Huckalo, for the second night in a row, rescues the Badgers and wins the game in overtime.
Let's take a look at the goal here. The Badgers forecheck, and they created a turnover. Danny Heatley thought he had it, but he keeps the play moving in front. Reinprecht's going to get it somehow.
Badger hockey games, this has to be one of the best series I've seen in terms of how they end. 20 seconds left tonight. David Huckalo finds the back of the net. Wisconsin blows a 5-2 lead with 10 minutes to go in the third period, but yet they find a way to come back and win the game. Once again, they were the better team in overtime, I thought, and get an opportunity. 20 seconds, they bury it. That's still a good hockey
Let's
team.
take a look at this goal one more time. I'm sure you're going to see it plenty of times all week. Here's Danny Heatley with the chance. Had Collar down, couldn't pull the trigger, but then the pass. They get another chance here.
Stevie Reinprecht's going to get the loose puck here, and he finds David Huckalo all alone, and Huck doesn't waste any time. Collar got a little foot on it, but not enough there. Just, you can see Bob Johnson. I think he has something to say with this one. I think he's been watching down on us. And
they might want to add a great weekend for hockey, because you're not going to see two better games in the regular season playing with playoff intensity, and I get the feeling these two are going to meet down the road before all is said and done.
Well, you'd like to think that the Badgers and North Dakota finish in the top two, and that will lead into the WCHA playoffs and then hopefully the NCAA playoffs. But I'm very impressed with North Dakota. That's a pretty good hockey team there, and they proved it down 5-2 and coming back. But once again, give Wisconsin a lot of credit. They didn't lose their composure in overtime. They go out and win the game.
Where do you start for player of the game, player of the weekend? I mean, David Huckalo is the man of the hour both nights with the game winner in overtime. How about Graham Melanson and the saves he made? Some freak goals scored on him that really weren't his fault, but boy, he made some big saves as well.
I thought you could probably pick one or two guys, but Graham Melanson, in my opinion, was kind of the reason why the Badgers won. He hung in there. He had 40 plus saves on both nights. If he's not the WCHA Defensive Player of the Week, there should be an investigation.
And then Huckalo's got to be the Offensive Player of the Week as well. They may sweep it.
You got to think they should. 2 big goals in overtime against a great hockey club. I'm speechless. This is awesome.
Well,
this is the way it should be.
There's a first. It's a happy night in Madtown for sure. A happy weekend as the Badgers complete the sweep They have a 4-point lead and are pretty much in the driver's seat the rest of the way in the WCHA. Your final, 6-5 from the Kohl Center tonight as the Badgers sweep the North Dakota Fighting Sioux. For Rob Andringa, I'm Rob Hudson saying good night, hockey fans, and thanks for watching Badger Hockey on Wisconsin Public Television. Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Kohl Center from Madison, Wisconsin, where tonight it's Game 1 of a WCHA series between the Wisconsin Badgers and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Hello, everyone. Rob Hudson, along with former Badger defenseman Rob Andringa, where tonight it is a big hockey game. It's a big weekend in Madison, of course, with all the hype of the football game tomorrow, but we're going to kick things off with something that doesn't need a lot of hype. It's the Badgers and the Gophers.
Well, through the years, this has always been one of the best college hockey rivalries, and looking at the standings, we're going to see Wisconsin on top of the WCHA. Minnesota has struggled to date, but this is a team that you can't take lightly. They do have some talent. It might be young talent, but they got some young players that can play, and this is going to be one heck of a hockey weekend.
And as I mentioned, center stage is Ron Dane and his run for the record tomorrow, but you can't take anything away from this series, especially with the way the Badgers have gotten off to a fast start. And the Gophers are struggling on defense, especially a little bit, with a 2-5-1 record overall. The Badgers, if they get a sweep this weekend, could be their best start since your championship season 1990.
Well, I know that's one of the goals they want to do, is have a good start to the season. A lot of things happen during the year, injuries, whatnot. If you get out to a good start, it kind of makes it easier to absorb more things as you go on later during the season.
Teams and figure out what's going on out there. 9:50 to go in the first. 0-0 Gophers and Badgers. Granato poking at it, can't find the handle. Now Hussey's got it, and here's a chance for the Badgers, 3-on-2. It's Hussey. Hussey over the lines. Got Granato. Chooses Winchester. Shot on the goal! Brad Winchester down low. It's 1-0 Wisconsin.
Oh, Brad Winchester finds a 5-hole on Hauser, and he beats him hard and low, but it was a play. It was a 3-on-2 for Wisconsin. Hussey.
Here's Andy Wheeler now, dumps it over to Nicky Siren. He's over the Gopher line. Now it's picked up by Granato. Backhand, chance by Siren, and a goal! Nicky Siren, locked and loaded. It's 2-0, and the Badgers are on a roll.
Talk about you need breaks in hockey to go your way. Adam Hauser, I don't think he even had a chance on this one. It was going so slow. Wow. Nicky Siren just happened to put the backhand. I think he caught Hauser by surprise. He thought it might have maybe go on his front side.
He was handcuffed.
Yeah, Nicky's going to bring the puck in, try to make a move on the defenseman. The puck somehow gets bounced around here. You see it just gets it on the backside there. Like you say, goalies sometimes, because the backhand is not a shot that a lot of players use, you can sometimes maybe just get on the back of your heels a little bit, and Nicky finds the left corner. Oh.
Steve Reinprecht. Here's Danny Heatley. Heatley holding on, goes over to Bjornley. Bjornley to Fahey. Fahey with it to Reinprecht. Reinprecht, Heatley, right on, save, shot and goal! Steve Reinprecht on the rebound of Danny Heatley's original shot, and the Badgers scoring on the power play. 3-2 Wisconsin, Rob.
What a great power play and penalty kill for that fact for Minnesota. You can't do anything more on both sides. The Badgers had great control. They're able to get the puck to a lot of different players, get some good looks, and then Minnesota there. 3 guys on the ice when Reinprecht was able to get that gift there on the back door. You see here, Heatley tries to go upstairs. I believe it hit Hauser in the right shoulder, and the puck just bounced out to Stevie Reinprecht, who just calmly puts it top shelf there. We see
going for DeMarchi. He loses his helmet. Domet putting his helmet back on to stay out there. Matt Murray gonna battle Leopold. He spins Leopold off. Nice job by Matt Murray. Murray throws it out front. Loose puck in front. Shot and goal! Dustin Cook with 7 seconds to go, and the Badgers take the lead. Listen to this crowd.
I think that pretty much says it right there, but Dustin Cook is going to get the goal, and they just outworked the Golden Gophers in that sequence. There was 7 seconds left to go. Badgers up 4-3. And boy, that's a good feeling. That's just a hard working effort right there by that line.
Well, no one said it was going to be easy, and with 7 seconds to go, the Gophers take the Badgers down to the wire until Dustin Cook settles things with this goal.
You see here, just hard work. A lot of players in front. They can't fault Hauser on that one. He made about 3 saves. Play starts there by Matt Murray. Gets it, just throws it on net. Puck's just flying around, and Hauser makes the first save. Rebound comes out. You see that 3 Gophers on 1 Badger. Cook somehow was left all alone. And then now the Gophers are going to take their timeout with 7 seconds left. But whoa, man. How about this place right now, huh?
Boy, that's the loudest I've heard it in any game in here, and that was a huge goal against the Gophers. 7 seconds left on the clock. Dustin Cook is Johnny on the spot, and it appears the Badgers will get out of here with a hard-fought win over the pesky Rodents.
Well, like I say, you can forget about records. In Minnesota, this is a much better team than their 2-5 record indicates, 2-5-1. I believe Dustin Cook's going to get the goal along with maybe an assist by maybe Doman, but definitely Murray for sure. See that there's 3 Gophers right there on Doman, and somehow Cook was left all alone. You're going to get a good look at it right here. Murray again throws it on net. You see there 1, 2, 3 Gophers going against Doman. Right there, all alone. Oh, is that a good feeling? Dustin Cook, who's having a great year so far, senior assistant captain. You know, seniors, they've been a part of 2 out of 3 losing seasons to this year. They want to make amends. They want to get this program back up to where it should be. That's going deep into the NCAA tournament and a Final Four appearance.
Well, you get players like Heatley and Reinprecht really flying, and you can't account for everyone that lets guys like Dustin Cook really shine. Like I said, he's quietly leading the team in scoring.
Absolutely. And like I say, you look at Donnie Lucia, and I'm really impressed with Minnesota. Yeah, they might have the names of the past, but this is going to be a very tough team come February and March.
Face-off controlled now by Minnesota along the near boards. 3, 2, 1, and the Badgers are getting out of this with a win. And now Reinprecht, you want to get out of there, Steve-O, because they'll need you tomorrow night. Reinprecht going at it with a couple of Gophers along the far boards in front of the Wisconsin bench. And we just got to get off the ice, boys, and take this one to the locker room. They win the series opener with a score of 4-3. And Rob, I said there would be 7 goals scored, but I didn't really think it would be total.
Well, I knew it was going to be a tight game. You know, this, like I say, both teams really go after defense. They want to start in their own zone. You don't want to give up a lot of goals. But this was a hard-fought win by Wisconsin, and a win that I thought was well-deserved.
Well, listen to this crowd. I mean, that's why they built this barn, to get some people in here. Jeff Sauer says, we got to get some hay in the barn. They got it tonight. Hopefully they can just build on this, because I mean, this is as loud as I've heard it. Any sport, any game, any event in this place. When Dustin Cook scored that goal with 7 seconds left, wow, the roof was raised about a foot on this place.
That was as much fun as I've had here watching a game recently. And like I say, this team is never going to say die. This team wants to win at all costs. And they're going to do anything they can to win this game. And if it comes down to scoring a goal, 7 seconds left to go to win the game, then so be it. But just a great effort. And like I say, I was impressed with the way Minnesota played. Wisconsin, just a little extra effort, maybe a little bit more depth that pulled them through this victory.
Well, that gets the weekend off to a great start. The men's basketball Badgers winning tonight. The hockey Badgers beating the Gophers. That's always a feather in the cap. Tomorrow we got Ron Dane running for the record. It's a big weekend. What do the hockey Badgers do for tomorrow night to build on this thing? Is it just the adrenaline rush and they want to keep it under their hats?
Oh, absolutely. You got a team that has some talent, but you also have you have a team that has some character behind it. This team is not just going to go out tomorrow night and think, hey, it's going to be easy, that we just beat them late in the game. Minnesota's going to play a lot tougher. They're going to play a lot better. Wisconsin's got to be better too, and that means in all facets. They got to play well defensively and bear down on those chances when they get it.
One more reminder for you. Unfortunately, we will not be able to show you hockey tomorrow night because of the late start of the football game, as Ron Dane goes for the all-time NCAA rushing record against Iowa. That game will be rebroadcast on a tape delay tomorrow night at 10 o'clock right here on Wisconsin Public Television. So good luck to Ron Dane tomorrow. Great game here tonight for Rob Andringa. I'm Rob Hudson saying good night as the Badgers score with 7 seconds left to win this one, 4-3 over the Gophers. Till next time, good night, everyone. Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin, where tonight the University of Wisconsin hosts the top-ranked North Dakota Fighting Sioux in the first of this WCHA weekend series. Hello, everyone. Rob Hudson, along with former Badger Rob Andringa. Rob, the North Dakota Fighting Sioux are very, very, very good, and they've got the numbers to prove it.
Well, that's why they're the number one team in the country and the number one team in the WCHA here. And like you say, the numbers do prove it. This is a team that is averaging 5.3 goals a game. Defensively, they're very stingy as well, only averaging 2.7 goals a game. Look at Wisconsin. Wisconsin all year long having trouble putting the biscuit in the basket, so to speak. But here's an interesting note. North Dakota is going to be trying to become the first WCHA team to not lose the game on the road this year.
Yeah, that's the important thing for Dean Blaze, is to keep these guys motivated because they've got everything wrapped up. Leading the Fighting Sioux, besides the Panzer brothers, Jason Blake, the WCHA's leading goal scorer. They're going to have a handfuls trying to shut him down.
You might want to put two guys on Jason Blake tonight to try to slow him down. This is a guy that has 55 points on the season so far. They can say he's ranked second in the nation. He's got 1.96 points a game, and he just makes their team click. And when he's on all cylinders, look out.
Hey, no, if you ask Jeff Sauer who's going to be the busiest of the Badgers this weekend, who would you guess? Graham Malotson.
Well, he's been busy all year long, and he's played extremely well. Can't say enough about him, but he's got to play a very solid. He's got to play a solid game tonight. If he struggles at any point, Badgers are in for a long game.
It's going to be a great weekend of hockey here at the Kohl Center this Saturday-Sunday series as the Badgers take on the top-ranked North Dakota Fighting Sioux here at the Kohl Center. Let's go down to the ice for starting lineups. Bothering. Smacked around by Jeff. For Reinprecht, what a pretty move. And a pass to Dessner. Dessner shot a goal! Jeff Dessner on a beautiful pass from Steve Reinprecht. Oh, give me my pills. And it's 1-0 Wisconsin.
And I'll give you your pills. Oh, pretty to watch from up here. You can just see it happening. Stevie Reinprecht has that ability to undress players, and that's just what he did. He saw the opening underneath the North Dakota player's stick.
Over the line, Ulmer looked like he was offsides, no call. Now here's Stoffaker, 2-on-1 with Granado. Chad Stoffaker shoots, he scores! Chad Stoffaker beats scoring, and it's 2-0 Wisconsin, less than a minute apart.
Big break by Wisconsin. Somehow they got a 2-on-1 against North Dakota. Stoffaker had Granado on the backside. The defenseman played it perfectly, played between the middle, gave Chad the shot, and Chad, as good goal scorers do, has his head up, picks his spot, which is the 5-hole again, and he's a smaller goalie. I'm not sure if they're trying to pick the 5-hole, but you do see the 5-hole is open on that shot. Oh, pretty to watch, too, there. Get that 5-hole goal, and for Mr. Stoffaker, that's his 4th goal of the year, and has his head up the whole way, and that's what good goal scorers do. You can't score goals by burying your head on the puck. You got to keep it up and see what the goaltender's doing.
Well, he got one last weekend up at Tech. He said he felt like he was getting his season together, and it comes at a perfect time. Who would have thunk, Rob Andringa, the Badgers?